Maybe one more right here. Ted Scott and Scottie Scheffler figured it out.
In spring 2024, the best golfer in the world showed up to play at the PGA Championship. Just minutes later, police put him in handcuffs and took him to jail. A few hours after that, he was back on the course playing amazing golf. It was a day no one in the sport will ever forget. It was supposed to be just another day of championship golf. The sun had just come up on May 17th, 2024, as Valhalla Golf Club in Louisville, Kentucky, got ready for the second round of the PGA Championship. The best golfers in the world were there, including the one everyone wanted to beat Scottie Scheffler, the top player in the world. He was calm, focused, and playing great. But before he even finished his first hole, his name was in headlines everywhere, not for his golf, but for one of the wildest mornings the sport had ever seen. The trouble began just outside the gates of Valhalla. In the early morning hours, tragedy struck. A shuttle bus transporting tournament workers fatally struck a pedestrian, a PGA vendor. Police flooded the scene, blocking off the main entrance to the course. Traffic backed up for miles. Players, caddies, and staff arriving for the day's play were forced to find alternate routes through a maze of confusion. As Scheffler approached the course, he encountered gridlock. According to his account, tournament security directed him toward an alternate entrance, bypassing the main traffic jam. But law enforcement was working under different instructions. Communication between security and police had broken down, and chaos ruled the scene. What happened next would shape the whole morning. Scheffler's car moved slowly toward the course entrance, going past where traffic was being directed. Police later said he did not follow their orders to stop. As he kept moving, an officer stepped in front of the car and was touched by it. The police report said the officer was dragged and hurt, but security cameras later showed something else. The car was moving slowly. There was quick contact and no dragging. Still, at that moment, everything got tense. The officer moved to the driver's side window, shouted commands, and grabbed Scheffler's arm. Witnesses watched in disbelief as the world's top golfer was pulled from his vehicle, pushed against the side, and handcuffed. Nearby, ESPN reporter Jeff Darlington captured the moment Scheffler pleaded, "Please help me," only to hear the reply, "Right now, you're going to jail, period." Within minutes, Scheffler was in the back of a police car. The charges were serious: second-degree assault of a police officer, third-degree criminal mischief, reckless driving, and disregarding the signals of an officer directing traffic. He was driven to a Louisville jail for booking. For most athletes, such an incident would have ended their day before it began. But this was no ordinary competitor. After being processed and released on his own recognizance, Scheffler returned to Valhalla less than 2 hours before his delayed tee time. Inside the jail, he had stretched in his holding cell, mentally preparing to play golf as if nothing had happened. When he stepped onto the first tee, the media frenzy was already at full force. Cameramen tracked his every move, reporters whispered about the morning's events, and fans murmured with disbelief. Yet, despite the chaos, Scheffler delivered one of the most impressive performances of his career, a 5-under par 66, putting himself in prime position for the weekend. His ability to compartmentalize the morning's trauma and focus entirely on his game left commentators and fans stunned. But while Scheffler was busy making birdies, the investigation into his arrest was moving just as quickly. Reporters immediately requested the arresting officer's body camera footage. That's when a major detail came to light. Detective Brian Gillis, the officer involved, had not activated his body camera during the arrest, a direct violation of department policy. The only video evidence came from fixed cameras, which contradicted the most dramatic claims in the initial police report. As public scrutiny intensified, the case began to crumble. On May 29th, less than 2 weeks after the incident, Jefferson County Attorney Mike O'Connell announced that all charges against Scheffler would be dropped. In his statement, O'Connell called it a big misunderstanding in an already chaotic environment and confirmed there was no evidence of criminal intent. The legal matter was over. Scheffler's response was measured and respectful. He thanked the city of Louisville for its hospitality during the tournament, expressed respect for law enforcement, and said he hoped both he and the officer involved could move forward without bitterness. It was a statement that matched his public persona: calm under pressure, humble in victory, gracious in controversy. Netflix's Full Swing documentary team happened to be filming during the tournament, and their cameras captured the stunned reactions of fellow players when they learned of the arrest. Many initially thought it was a joke. The footage showed just how surreal the incident felt inside the professional golf bubble. While the arrest could have become a stain on his career, Scheffler's performances and conduct in the aftermath ensured it became more of a strange footnote than a scandal. He continued to dominate the sport in 2024, adding a second Masters title and winning the Olympic gold medal in Paris. He finished the season as the undisputed #1 in the official world golf ranking. For Scheffler, the events of that morning carried personal weight beyond the headlines. Just days before the 2024 PGA Championship, he and his wife Meredith had welcomed their first child, a son named Bennett. The whirlwind of emotions becoming a father, then facing arrest in front of the sporting world, created a year unlike any other in his life. Exactly 1 year and 1 day later, on May 18, 2025, Scheffler returned to a major championship stage and claimed his first PGA Championship title at Quail Hollow. He didn't just win, he dominated, finishing 5 shots ahead of the field. In a playful nod to the events of the previous year, Nike celebrated his victory with a social media post reading, "Best player in the world, guilty." Scheffler embraced the humor, posting, "This week was unforgettable. All glory to God." By this point, his career achievements were extraordinary. Born June 21, 1996 in Ridgewood, New Jersey, and raised in Texas, Scheffler had been swinging clubs since the age of 3. He played college golf at the University of Texas before turning professional in 2018. In 2019, he was Korn Ferry Tour Player of the Year. In 2020, he won PGA Tour Rookie of the Year. His breakout came in 2022 with his first Masters title. By the summer of 2025, he had collected 4 major championships: the 2022 and 2024 Masters, the 2025 PGA Championship, and the 2025 Open Championship, plus the 2024 Olympic gold medal. What makes Scheffler remarkable is not only his trophy case, but the way he wins. His swing is unorthodox, with a distinctive foot slide nicknamed the Scheffler Shuffle. He's known for mental toughness, consistency, and the ability to stay calm in high-pressure situations, traits that were on full display during the morning of his arrest. In the world of professional sports, where controversies can quickly destroy reputations, Scheffler's story stands out. The events at Valhalla began with tragedy, spiraled into confusion, and could have easily ended with long-term damage to his name. Instead, the facts emerged, the charges disappeared, and the public saw a player who faced adversity with dignity. The 2024 PGA Championship will always be remembered for 2 stories. One is the tragic loss of life outside the gates of Valhalla. The other is the surreal image of the world's top golfer in handcuffs hours before shooting one of the best rounds of the day. For Scheffler, it became a test not of his swing, but of his character. Today, Scottie Scheffler is not defined by that arrest. He is defined by how he responded to it, by returning to the course, by playing his best golf, by showing respect even when the situation seemed unfair. He is defined by his dominance in the game and his refusal to let a moment of chaos derail his career. As he continues to add to his legacy, the morning of May 17, 2024 remains a strange and unforgettable chapter. It is a reminder that even the most composed athletes can be caught in moments that test every ounce of their resolve. For Scheffler, it proved that his greatest strength isn't just his ability to win, it's his ability to handle the storms along the way. If you enjoyed this story and want to see more moments that shock the sports world, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest updates. Your support helps us bring you more powerful sports stories every week.